In 2023, at an undisclosed location in the United States, 2 federal agents were out on a routine operation. It was an ordinary evening, and everything seemed normal. But then, something strange appeared in the sky, a glowing orange object shaped like a ball. The agents looked at each other, unable to understand what they were seeing. After a few moments, the object disappeared. The next day, the exact same thing happened to another team. They also spotted a glowing orange orb, but this time at a different location. Then a third team witnessed the same phenomenon. Within just 2 days, 3 different teams and 6 trained federal officers had observed the same object. The most shocking part was that the officers reported seeing small red orbs emerging from the orange orb. Tiny glowing spheres appeared to launch from it, almost as if the orange object were a mothership deploying smaller aircraft. This didn't happen once or twice. It happened 5 separate times. A large orange orb would appear, release several smaller red orbs, and then vanish completely within a second or two. The officers also observed that these red orbs generally moved straight ahead, but sometimes they shot upward or rapidly descended. If such a story had come from a random individual, it could easily have been dismissed as a conspiracy theory. But these were trained federal agents working for the U.S. government. They later provided sworn testimony describing exactly what they had witnessed. And the story doesn't end there. Its sequel arrived 2 years later, in 2025. A senior intelligence official traveled to the same location with several officers in a helicopter, the exact area where the orbs had been seen in 2023. English. They too observed an orb hovering just above the ground. But when the helicopter moved toward it, the orb suddenly jumped nearly 20 miles away at a speed so incredible that the helicopter couldn't keep up. Then, once again, several smaller orbs emerged from it. The entire event continued for approximately 35 minutes before everything suddenly stopped. These mysterious flying objects are commonly known as UFOs, unidentified flying objects. People often associate UFOs with aliens, believing they are spacecraft from another world. But UFO sightings are not limited to the United States. Consider this timeline: 1947, New Mexico; 1948, Germany; 1952, near the Soviet border; 2023, Iraq; 2024, Syria; 2024, Japan. Over the last 79 years, UFOs have been reported in thousands of locations across different countries and different decades. If you carefully study all these sightings on a map, a pattern begins to emerge. A pattern that may reveal the truth behind UFOs. What exactly is that pattern? I'll explain later in this video. But first, let's examine what the US government has done regarding these mysterious incidents. Hello friends. If the 2023 incident had been an isolated case, perhaps it could have been ignored. But the UFO archives contain numerous reports that appear to challenge the basic laws of physics. On May 8, 2026, the U.S. Department of War publicly released hundreds of previously classified UFO documents, files that had remained secret for years. These included photographs, videos, FBI documents, Pentagon reports, NASA transcripts, and State Department cables. A total of 162 files were released, including 28 videos and 14 images that had never been seen before. Among them were reports involving strange flashes above the moon, unexplained objects, and even a mysterious object reportedly making 90-degree turns while traveling at 80 miles per hour. Next case, beyond science fiction. While high-speed maneuvers and transparent shapes defy our current understanding of aviation, one incident in the North Sea pushed the boundaries of what scientists thought possible. A commercial flight crew reported a massive, metallic disc hovering silently inside a dense storm cloud. As the aircraft approached, the cloud surrounding the object allegedly began to glow with an intense, bioluminescent green hue. Sensors on the commercial airliner completely malfunctioned for exactly 12 seconds. When the systems rebooted, the disc was gone, leaving behind a perfectly circular hole in the storm clouds, a phenomenon that meteorologists later stated was completely impossible under those weather conditions. Could these encounters be top-secret military projects? Many experts believe so. The gap between classified military technology and public knowledge has historically spanned decades. What looks like alien technology to an observer today might simply be the next generation of stealth, propulsion, or holographic deception systems being tested in absolute secrecy. The historical pattern. This pattern of secrecy and public wonder is not new. Throughout the Cold War, sightings of the US U-2 spy plane and the State Route 71 Blackbird were frequently reported by civilian pilots as UFOs. The military, eager to keep their reconnaissance programs hidden from foreign adversaries, often leaned into the alien narrative. It was the perfect cover story. Let the public look to the stars, so they stop looking at the classified hangars. But as technology advances, the modern phenomenon has shifted from grainy photographs to high-definition infrared, radar data, and multi-sensor tracking. This wealth of data is precisely why the pressure on governments to provide concrete answers reached an all-time high, leading to unprecedented official investigations. The official investigation and conclusion. In 2022, the U.S. Department of Defense established the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO. This office reviewed UFO-related reports and records dating from 1945 through 2023. In February 2024, AARO released its first major report. The conclusion was clear. There is no evidence that the U.S. government possesses extraterrestrial spacecraft, nor is there evidence that any reported UFOs represent alien technology. According to AARO, the vast majority of UFO sightings can be explained by ordinary objects such as drones, weather balloons, spy aircraft, satellites, rockets, planets, or other natural phenomena. However, a small number of cases remain unexplained. And that is what continues to fuel the mystery. Perhaps one day, humanity will finally discover the truth. Until then, UFOs remain exactly what their name suggests: